Hello everyone, welcome to our very last Little Fishes at Home before the school holidays. Oh, it's so sad. Well, today we've got one final big Bible rescue story to hear about. But before we hear that, we've got a few things to do first, haven't we? And first of all, we're going to clap our hands together now, ready for our praise time song.
Come on everyone, it's time to sing a song, to praise our God for He's so good to me. Come on everyone, it's time to sing a song, to praise our God for He's so good to me. Come on everyone, it's time to sing a song, to praise our God for He's so good to me. Come on everyone, it's time to sing a song, to praise our God for He's so good to me.
Should we do our prayer drill together? So, 1, 2, 3. Dear God, thank you that you are very good, and thank you that you love us all. Please help us now to sing about you and think about you. Let's do our big amen together. Amen. Now, hopefully you remember we've been hearing lots of rescue stories at Little Fishes. I wonder, can you remember the names of any of the people who were rescued? I'll give you a second to think about that. So we've heard 5 rescue stories. We heard about how Noah and his family were rescued from the great flood by God. We heard about how Joseph and his family were rescued from a famine. We heard about how Moses and God's people were rescued from Egypt from Pharaoh. We heard the story of David and God's people being rescued from Goliath and the nasty enemies who were fighting against them. And last week, Hannah told us about Esther and how Esther and God's people were rescued from dying because someone wanted to hurt them. But God rescued them from that situation. And we've also seen some toy rescues as well. Now, my Lego men have been very busy this week, getting into some dangerous situations. Do you want to see what they've been up to? Let's find out. Brilliant, they love a bit of cheese, do my Lego men. Now, before we hear the Bible story, we're going to sing some songs together. If you've got any instruments at home that you want to play, maybe you could pause the video there and go and get them. If not, then join in with the actions. In today's true rescue story, God shows once again that He is so big, so strong and so mighty. So we're going to start off with that song, My God is so big, so strong and so mighty.
My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that He cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that He cannot do. The rivers are His, the mountains are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that He cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that He cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that He cannot do. The rivers are His, the mountains are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that He cannot do.
We're going to sing all through history now. Maybe as you can sing, you can listen out for the bit about Daniel as that is who we're meeting in today's story.
Noah built the most enormous boat that kept the birds and animals afloat. The Lord was good, the Lord was strong, and Noah lived his life for him. Moses led his people through the sea, taking them away from slavery. The Lord was good, the Lord was strong, and Moses lived his life for him. Oh, thank you, that all through history you were faithful. Thank you, oh, thank you, that you are just the same when it comes to me. When it comes to me. David fought Goliath and he won. A humble shepherd boy became a king. The Lord was good, the Lord was strong, and David lived his life for him. Daniel was inside a lion's den, but God brought him to safety once again. The Lord was good, the Lord was strong, and Daniel lived his life for him. Oh, thank you, that all through history you were faithful. Thank you, oh, thank you, that you are just the same when it comes to me. When it comes to me. Jesus died to take away our sin, so we could get to know our God again. The Lord is good, the Lord is strong, and we will live our lives for him. Oh, thank you, that all through history you were faithful. Thank you, oh, thank you, that you are just the same when it comes to me. Thank you, oh, thank you, that all through history you were faithful. Thank you, oh, thank you, that you are just the same when it comes to me. When it comes to me. When it comes to me. When it comes to me.
Brilliant singing and instrument playing. Well done, everyone. I love that song because it's full of exciting rescue stories from the Bible, and it reminds us that God always looks after his people. Now, lots of the rescues in that song about Noah and Moses and David and Daniel, they feel like they're a really long time ago, don't they? But there's one rescue story in the Bible and in that song that we're all a part of, and that's the bit about Jesus. Jesus who died to rescue us from our sin. Isn't that great? Now, before we go to Hannah for our Bible bit, we must see if you and I can remember the memory verse. Now, Hannah did such a great job last week of remembering it. She was really good, wasn't she? So I feel like I've got to be just as good. So let's see if I can remember it. Let's see. So it was turn your nose to rock rescue. Oh no, that was totally wrong, wasn't it? Did I get that totally wrong? Yeah, I think I did. Let's try one more time. Oh, I wonder if you're doing a better job than I am. So I know it was turn. I thought it was turn your nose to listen. It was listen, wasn't it? Turn. Oh, do you know what? I have forgotten how it goes. I think, should we get Hannah to do it one more time? Because she was so good at it, wasn't she? And I bet you're doing a much better job at home than I am here. Let's listen to Hannah one more time with the actions, and then maybe we can practice some more.
Turn your ear to listen to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of protection, a fortress where I will be safe. Psalm 31, verse 2.
Okay guys, I think I've got it. Let's do it together. So, turn your ear to listen to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of protection, a fortress where I will be safe. Psalm 31, verse 2. Okay, how did you get on with that at home? Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up if that was okay. Give me a thumbs in the middle if it was a bit tricky. Give me a thumbs down if it was really hard. Should we go over it one more time and then maybe we'll do something else? So, let's do it together. Turn your ear to listen to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of protection, a fortress where I will be safe. Psalm 31, verse 2. Okay, I'd like you at home to have a go at saying the words while I do the actions, okay? Let's try this. Did that go well? Shall we swap over? So this time I'll say the words, you do the actions. Okay, right, it's so tricky saying the words without the actions. I'll give it my best shot though. So turn your ear to listen to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of protection, a fortress where I will be safe. Psalm 31, verse 2. We got it! Well done, everyone. Really good remembering, and hopefully we'll be able to remember that for the rest of the summer, and we'll come back in September and we'll remember about how God rescues and about how he loves to look after us. So let's go to Hannah now for our Bible bit.
When Daniel was a young man living in Israel, Nebuchadnezzar, who was the king in another country, came and took lots of the people away from Israel back to his own country, and they all had to stay there. Daniel was one of the people that was taken from Israel. He was a very wise young man. The king chose Daniel and 3 of his friends to work for him in the palace. They were very helpful to the king when he wanted advice and help to understand different things. Now, a really important thing we need to know about Daniel and his friends is that they believed in and trusted the God of Israel, the God we read about in the Bible. But in the country they had been taken to, the people there believed in different gods. As time went by, Daniel was made the 3rd most important person in the whole country. At that time, Darius was made king, and he was so impressed with Daniel that he was going to put him in charge of everything. But lots of the other important people didn't like this and tried to get Daniel into trouble so that he would lose his job. But they couldn't find a way to do this. But when they saw how much he loved God, they realised that this might be the way to make trouble for him. So they went to Darius and said, "We think you should make a rule that everyone should pray to you for the next 30 days, and anyone who doesn't should be thrown into the lion's den." So Darius made this a rule that everyone had to keep. When Daniel heard about this rule, he went home and opened his windows that faced towards his own country, the country that he had been taken from, and prayed to his God,
the one true God, the God of Israel. And he did this 3 times a day, just the same as he always had. Well, the people that had been trying to get Daniel into trouble saw him praying to his God and went to tell the king. Now the king liked Daniel a lot, so he was upset when he heard this, because he didn't want to throw him to the lions. All day the king tried to find a way to save Daniel, but the people who didn't like Daniel told the king that once he had made a rule, it was made and had to be kept. So Darius had to give the order that Daniel be thrown into the lion's den. But he said to Daniel, "I hope that your God rescues you today." So Daniel was put in with the lions, and a stone was put across the doorway. All night the king could not eat anything or sleep. As soon as the sun came up the next day, the king went back to the lion's den and called out to Daniel, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to rescue you from the lions?" And Daniel answered, "My God sent his angel and he shut the mouths of the lions. They didn't hurt me because I haven't done anything wrong." He had Daniel brought out of the den of lions. They hadn't hurt him at all because he had trusted in God to rescue him. And after that, the king told everyone they should respect God, because he is the God who rescues and saves, and he had rescued Daniel, even from the power of the lions. And this is the same God that we can trust in today to rescue us and save us.
Thank you, Hannah. Right, we're going to say a few prayers together now. So we'll talk to God. So let's do our prayer drill together. 1, 2, 3. Dear God, thank you that you love us and want to look after us. Thank you for all the people that we read about in the Bible that you rescued. Thank you that you want to rescue us too, so that we can be with you forever. Amen. A prayer for the week ahead. God our Father, thank you that we can learn about you. Please help us to remember you this week. Help us to love you and to love our friends and family. Amen. And our final prayer, say it together if you can remember it. Lord Jesus, please be with us as we go away from here. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've had fun. So we all need to remember, don't we, that God rescues. Now, Little Fishes is taking a break for the summer holidays, so we won't see you next week. For parents, we're still a bit unsure about what September will bring with all the new sort of rules around the COVID stuff. But we will hope to be back with you in September in some form, whether it's on videos or Zoom or in real life. But for now, from myself and from Hannah and Mark and everyone else at Little Fishes, goodbye and hope you have a fantastic summer break. Bye everyone.